Welcome to this week's edition of First Down Playbook Flag Football Play Chalk Talk. And today we want to take a look at not necessarily a play, but a formation that showed up repeatedly in the Kaiser University versus Weber International flag football, the inaugural flag football game for these two teams at the NAIA level this past weekend. And tremendous job by the Kaiser coaching staff. They've got a very talented team and are doing some real creative things. And we just want to take a look at it from a standpoint of just like we would if it were 11-man, 8-man, or whatever football, just looking at ways of dissecting how it's run and how to defend it. Now, this is just one example right here. You can see this is late in the game, and Kaiser is on the goal line here. But the formation remains the same. They've got a 2-by-2 formation, but instead of putting the back in the backfield, they've got two quarterbacks. All right, they've got I think it's number 3 and number 0 out here. And what was going on is the quarterback that was taking the snap was turning to her left and getting the ball thrown behind her. So essentially setting it up for a double pass or really a whole offense over here where now you've got another quarterback with the ball and more time. We'll just take a look right here. You'll see that in this situation, she takes the ball and throws it to the seam, all right, for a touchdown. But there were times that they did throw it to the second quarterback. Now, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but the quarterback is looking to the coach, looking to get, what's the defense doing and probably getting some help from the coach on what the play is going to be right here. But let's take a look at it. So you can see essentially playing 6-on-7 right here, or really 5-on-7. They've got two quarterbacks and 7 defenders, and they're in the red zone or goal line. So there should be some type of advantage here, but we'll go and take a look on a first down playbook diagram here in a second. But let's go look at that. So here's what you essentially have. And when you're playing defense against this, there's only so many things that you're going to do. You're going to play man or you're going to play zone. So to us, it gets down to how are you going to play man or how are you going to play zone? So let's take a look at some of the ways that we would think about defending this. Now, we're going to break it down in general terms here. The first thing that we would do is try to make, if they're going to put two quarterbacks back there, try to make them one-dimensional. And what we mean by that is that when the ball is snapped, okay, and you're sitting there and you're trying to defend everything. You're trying to defend this quarterback on the run. You're trying to defend this quarterback if she throws it. You're trying to defend this quarterback if they run, and you're trying to defend this quarterback if they throw it. You need to make your mind up right now. What are you trying to take away? The things that we would try to take away to make them one-dimensional is we would try to take away these two quarterbacks. I mean, on the snap of the ball, and really man or zone, and we'll come back and talk about that in a second, you need to have somebody on this quarterback immediately, and they did, all right, in this game. But the thing that you almost have to do is you almost have to get somebody on this quarterback. We're calling it the H just because they technically would be a running back as well. But take away, all right, really take away this game right here, because when the ball is snapped, if a defender will go get on this player right now, the second quarterback, you'll essentially eliminate that part of the game. And you may even be able to pick it off and go. But you don't, if you sit back here and you let the ball get thrown immediately and then you go, the genie's out of the bottle. Now you've got a 2-on-1 situation where you've got a tackler, and you know what? If you miss, you might actually have a situation where she can still throw it. So that would be our first thing, is to take these two out of the game. Now, some other things to think about it is make them play left-handed. If they're in this formation right here, you know they've got plays out here that they want to run. So the plays that they typically would run, think about it, would be either with another player on the line of scrimmage or a player back here where they could run it. If you take this away right here, then you're going to make them essentially go back to exactly what they were doing before, but now they're going to end up playing, all right, their 5 on your 5. Now at that point, what are you going to do? How are you going to play it, man or zone? All right, now let's go back. Here's the key. Once you do this, now this quarterback is fantastic. If you go back and watch the YouTube clips of the quarterback, and this quarterback here is obviously good too. This one's probably better, or this one would be playing over here taking a snap. But you want to do one of two things. You can lock up and play man, and that's fine. But regardless if you're playing man, you can't let anything get behind you. All right, and then we've got it color-coded right here. Now, you can play with a free safety if you want, okay, and break up on that center, or you can play five across right here and put that free safety or that fifth player on the center and actually be extra on the quarterback if she starts to run. But you can see you can play man across. The other way, and these are very talented players back here, would be to play zone. And all you're going to do really is play zone here, and it's 3 deep. And then you're going to play like your curl to flat here and your curl to flat here. But keep in mind, all zone turns to man at some point. Just because you're playing zone, all right, you cannot ever let anybody be wider than you or deeper than you. So if you get a vertical route right here, you better be all the way up to the goal line. You better be behind them or even with them. All right. Now, if you get crossing routes, something like this from wheel, same deal. All right. You've got to stay deepest to deepest, wide as the widest, and break up. And that's probably what will have to happen here when you've got talented players like the two that they've got in the backfield here, because if your rusher misses this rush and she breaks out, then you've got to have the ability to keep everything inside and in front after she crosses the line of scrimmage, all right? And you've got to be able to corral that. And that's easier done with zone than it is man. Now, once again, not that FirstDown PlayBook has all the answers with this, but sometimes when you play a very talented team like this, you've got to take away their talented players first. And we think the way of doing that is, first of all, make them one-dimensional, take this away from it. Make them play left-handed. If they're in this formation, they've got plays they want to play with, take that away. Make this a one-on-one game to where she is eliminated. And now you're playing over here with your other 6-on-6. And then once again, whether it's man or whether it's zone, keep everything in front of you. If it's zone, break up, corral it. If it's man, you just got to make sure that you come as tight as you can and try to make a play when the ball goes up.